Did you know Toon Boom Harmony has 9 different layer types? Let's explore what each one does and when you should use it. To add a layer, we click on the plus icon over here and then click on drawing. And we have vector over here, so we will add a vector layer. I have created 2 vector layers. So if we click this option, it will disable the layer. And if we click it again, it will enable it. This will enable solo mode. So if I click on this option, so the other layer will be disabled and only this layer will be enabled, and we can work on it. And if I want to disable solo mode, I'll just click on it again. Now both the layers are visible. After this we have onion skin. So if I click on it, this will enable onion skin for this layer. So I can go to the next frame, frame 2, and I can see the previous frame with a red background because onion skin was enabled over here. And if I click on it again, it will disable onion skin. Now I can't see the previous frames. And we can do the same for the other layer. So right now I've selected the layer and the onion skin is showing me the 2 layers ahead. They are in green color, and if I go to the next layer, it will show me the previous layer also in red. This is lock layer. So if I enable this, I cannot make any changes to the layer. I cannot select it, edit it or move it. And if I want to unlock the layer, we just click on it again. So this is toggle outline mode. So if I only want to see the outline of this drawing, I'll just click on it once. So the fill is not visible, only the outline is visible. And if I want to work on it, I can work on it. And I can click on it again and the outline mode will go away and the fill will be back. We can do the same with this layer. Toggle the outline mode on or off. And after this, we can change the color of the track. So the track is these frames. So I can click on it twice and it will give me this option to select the color, and I can choose a color I want. And now we can see that the color of all the frames has changed to green. And if I want to change the color back, I can either click on this icon again to open the window and choose the color that I want, or on the timeline toolbar there is this option over here, default track color. I can click on it and it will go back to the default color. After this we have show thumbnail. If I click on it, it will show me the thumbnail for the layer, and it will show me the same thumbnail in the timeline view also. I created 3 frames, so I can see the thumbnails of the 3 frames. And if I want it for the second layer also, I can click that and it will be enabled for both the layers. Now I'll click on the add layer, drawing, and I'll add a bitmap layer. So I have to select bitmap over here. So when bitmap is selected, the tools in the tools toolbar are different, and if I select the vector layer, the tools are different. So I'll use the brush tool. So the main difference between the bitmap layer and the vector layer is that the bitmap layer is made of pixels. If I zoom into the drawing, it'll become blurred and hazy. And the vector layer does not have that issue. It remains lossless. If I zoom in or zoom out, the image remains the same in the vector layer. And the other major difference is I can edit the shape in vector layer. These are the vector points. I can make changes to the shape. And if I go to the bitmap layer, we don't have any option to edit the shape. If I want to make any changes to the drawing in the bitmap layer, I have to use the eraser, or I have to use the brush tool to draw again. Now over here we have 3 layers. 2 are for vector and 1 is bitmap. If I want, we can make the bitmap layer parent of the vector layers. For that, I just have to select the vector layer and drag it under the bitmap layer. I'll do the same for this layer. So now both the vector layers are child of the bitmap layer. So if I select the bitmap layer and move it with the transform tool, the child layers will also move with it. And if I want to remove the layer, I just select the bitmap layer and click on this delete layer option, and it will remove both the layers. Next we have group. So we can create a group by clicking on this option. Now this is an empty group right now, so I can add the vector layer into the group. So I'll just click on the vector layer and drag it under the group layer. And now the vector layer is inside the group layer. If I move the group layer, it will move the vector layer also. So we can have multiple layers in a group. Let me create another drawing. So this drawing is above the group. So I can move it under the group and it will be part of the group. So when I select the group, it selects both the layers. Next we have peg. So we can add a peg either by clicking on the peg over here or by clicking on the peg icon over here. So let me select the drawing layer and I'll add a peg. So pegs are empty layers. They don't contain any drawing, but they can hold the values of the layer to which they are connected, like the position, rotation, scale, and skew. All these values. So this peg is connected to this drawing layer. I'll connect the other layer also to the peg. Now when I select the peg layer, it selects both the drawing layers. So I can move the peg layer and the drawing layers will move. I can rotate the peg layer and both the layers will rotate. I can scale it and it will scale both the layers. And if I want to move the layers independently, I can do that also. This is the camera, so I'll add the camera layer. So we can animate the camera by adding a peg to it. So while the camera is selected, I'll click on add peg, and now it has a peg. So I'll go to frame 1, and we can see that as I've selected the camera layer, I'll just click over here and zoom in, and this will add a keyframe on layer 1. Now I'll move the slider to layer 9 and zoom out, and this will add another keyframe. So we are not moving the layers, we are just animating the camera, and I've created 2 keyframes. So now we can see that this is how the animation works when with the camera. This is the quad map layer. It's a deformation layer. So we can see that I have connected it to the drawing layer, but it's not visible in the camera view. So to view its settings, we have to click on view, go to show, control, and then click on this. And now these are the options for the quad map layer. It covers the drawing layer with these points, and we can use it to create shadows or perspective. I'm on frame 1. Now I'll go to frame 9. So I've created an animation, and if I want to hide the quad map layer settings, I just have to click on this option, hide all controls, and now I can show you the animation. Next we have sound, so I can add this sound layer. So this is a blank or empty sound layer, it doesn't have anything in it. So to use this empty sound layer, we need to add sound to it. So I can go to the top, click on file, import sound, and I can import sound into the program. I'll select the wave file. Now I have 2 sound layers. This one it has the sound file, and the one on the top which says sound, it doesn't have anything. So I'll select these frames and I'll just drag them to the other layer. And if we don't want to use the empty sound layer, we can just remove it by clicking on remove layer or delete layer from here. Next, this is the bone layer. I'll click on it. So this is also a deformation layer, and it is connected to the drawing layer, but it is not visible in the camera view over here. View the bone layer in the camera view, we have to click on the rigging tool in the deformation toolbar, and if we don't have this toolbar, we can right click and enable deformation, and then the toolbar will be available on the top. So I'll click on the first icon, rigging tool, and now I can see the bone which was created, and its color is orange because right now we are in edit mode. I'll just move it to the beginning of the layer. So it has created 2 points. This is the offset point, which is the initial point of the bone, and I'll drag this point to the middle, and I want one point over here. This is the offset point, this is the articulation point, and this is the radius, and this is the end point. So to animate this, I need to click on the transform tool and color will change to green. Now I can just move the cursor over here and I'll get this icon, and I'm able to animate the artwork. So when I bend it, we can see that it's not very smooth. So to fix this, I have to click on the rigging tool again. It'll go back to edit mode, and I have to increase the radius of the articulation point. And now I'll click on the transform tool and animate it. The bone deformer is good for animating character body parts like the arms, legs, fingers. This is the color card. I'll add it. So by default, there is no color in the background of a scene. So if I disable the color card and render this drawing, it'll show the drawing and a black background. And if I enable the color card, it'll add a color to the scene. And when I render it, it'll give that color in the background. And if we want to change the color, select the color card, click on layer properties over here. These are the layer properties for the color card. I can change the color by changing the RGB values, or I can click on this tab over here. And I can select any color for the color card. And now when I render it, it'll have that color in the background.